Hi everybody, I'm back. Hello, it's been a very long time since I've seen you, story lovers. It's me, Miss Jenny, and today we are continuing on our journey through the junior novelization of the Super Mario Brothers. That's right, the one from the 90s. And I'm gonna do it in slightly docile tones. So where did we leave off all of those eons ago? Well, we last read chapter 10, where the Super Mario Brothers and the Koopa cousins teamed up and went to the Boom Boom Bar to find Big Bertha, who had the meteorite piece. Mario, using his smooth talking ways, danced with Bertha to get it back. All before the villains came. Lena and her goons came and tried to get it back, but Bertha helped the Mario Brothers escape. And that's where we left off. Oh, what's gonna happen next? Ooh. We are in chapter 11 today. What's gonna happen? I don't know. Chapter 11. Chapter 11. Oh, here we go. High in the tower, like yours was, but higher, maintaining her hair. Okay, I'm sorry. No more Into the Woods, I promise. High in the tower, Koopa entered a room where a large bulb of yellowish fungus hung from, a fungus-enveloped de-evolution cone. Ugh. Sounds disgusting. My. Koopa shook his head as he spoke to the cone. You have let yourself go. See, I'm not such a bad guy. You always said you wanted to be everywhere. So I granted your wish. But you know what? You can try and choke this little dimension all you want, because I'm out of here. I'm headed for the big world. I got plumbers coming with the rest of the meteorite. Well, soon to be dead plumbers. Koopa's gonna kill them? I don't want that. I love Mario and Luigi. Koopa paused and stared at the throne beneath the fungus. By the way, I don't care what you think of me, Bowser. Imagine that. Back in this world, Koopa and Bowser were two different people. One of them was good and one of them was evil. What a complicated thread we live in. I'll never mix with a mammal. Never! I believe in purity of lizarddom. Pretty soon, we'll be back on top. Oh, so he's one of those. Not good, Koopa. Not a good look. Many stories below. At the base of the tower, a sludge gulper was pulling up to the loading dock. Mario and Luigi jumped out. They quickly peeled off their garbage-stained clothes, woo-woo, and pulled on clean outfits they found hanging near the door to the tower. How convenient, right? There was just clothes there at the entrance. I guess if you're riding around in a sludge gulper all day, you would be a little stinky and you would want to get all those clothes right away. But get this. Mario's was red with blue arms and pockets and a red cap. Can you guys guess what Luigi's was? If you said green with blue arms and pockets and a green cap, then give yourself a pat on the back. Yay! So smart. Not bad, Luigi said. Maybe we'll get to keep these. It's gonna be the last thing you ever wear, my guy. Mario carefully buckled on his tool belt. Treat your tools like your friends, Mario lectured his brother. Keep them close, never let them down. That way, they'll always be by your side. So clever. Hey, Mario, Luigi said. How is it that for every possible situation, you got a saying about tools? They all come from Papa, Mario said reverently, and he got them from Grandpapa. The brothers went through a door and found themselves in a boiler room. The walls were lined with rusty girders and yellow fungus. Steam hissed, and a furnace beneath a boiler roared. Against one wall was the door to an elevator. Mario took a step towards it. "We can't just take the elevator," Luigi said. "Obviously, we can't take the elevator," Mario replied. "What do you think I am? Some kind of idiot? So how are we going to get upstairs?" Luigi said. "Like Mario would." "What does that mean?" Well, Mario said that staring at a boiler and the huge vent pipes lining the walls. "Ingeniously, Luigi, remove..." Who just says ingeniously? Mario, who are you? Is Iggy and Spike now? Come on, quit it. "Luigi, remove that outlet valve from the boiler body. I'm gonna freeze the building so we'll have a way to get down." Suddenly, an alarm above the door started to ring. Oh, that can't be good. Oh, and the lights began to flash. Luigi quickly got to work on that outlet valve. "I understand you working out a way to get down, Mario," Luigi said in a slightly panicked voice, "but I still don't understand how we're gonna get back up." You know, the boy has a point. Mario thought quickly. "There's only one way possible," he said, stepping into the elevator and pushing the up button. "I thought he said he couldn't use the elevator." "Mario, why? Why the back and forth?" "The elevator," Luigi said with a nod. "Gee, Mario, that sure is ingenious." "That's right, go off. The elevator doors opened and Mario and Luigi got in. Alarms were still ringing. Lights were still flashing. The doors closed and the elevator began to rise. Mario and Luigi stared up at the brightly lit numbers above the elevator doors. "We just better pray nobody gets," Mario began to say, but suddenly they heard a ding. The elevator stopped. As soon as the doors began to open, Mario and Luigi quickly spun around and faced the back of the elevator. They heard someone step in behind them and press a button. The doors began to close. Mario and Luigi glanced at each other, then looked slowly. Two Goombas. Two Goombas had gotten in. Now, I'm not sure exactly if I explained if there was even an explanation in the book because it's been so long, but in this universe, a Goomba is not tiny. A Goomba is like 7 feet tall. They're huge. They must have been in such a rush that they didn't even give the brothers a good look. Now they stood staring up at the numbers above the door. Ding! The elevator stopped again. Mario and Luigi stared wide-eyed at each other as the doors began to open. They quickly jumped behind the first 2 Goombas and hid as more Goombas entered the elevator. Ding! Once again, the elevator stopped and the doors opened. I'm sensing a trend. Even more Goombas entered. Mario and Luigi managed to slide unnoticed behind them. They stared at each other in disbelief. At this rate, it was going to be a long trip to the top. At the sound of the alarm, Koopa strode quickly out of the fungus room. Lena was coming toward him in the corridor, followed by several Goombas carrying Spike and Iggy. "You'll be interested to know that these 2 were at the Boom Boom Bar preaching your overthrow," Lena informed him. "Really?" Koopa stared at his ex-goons. "I'm very disappointed in you 2. Sure he is. Fascist. Spike spat the word out distastefully. "Oppressor," Iggy said. Koopa waved them away and started down the corridor again. Lena hurried behind him. "Wait, I have something for you." "Not now," Koopa yelled. I have saboteurs in the tower. I still have no meteorite piece. And I'm about to lose everything. But this is important, Lena insisted. We have to talk. Does it have to do with you? Koopa asked without breaking stride. Does it have to do with us? Yes, most definitely, Lena said. Then type up a memo and submit it through the proper channels. Oh, damn. Koopa snapped and stormed off, leaving an angry Lena alone in the hallway. Dang, girl, leave him. Leave him. You're too good for that. Leave him. Lena looked down at the meteorite piece in her fist. I won't submit it through the proper channels. If I want to get something done around here, I'll do it myself. She quickly turned and stalked off towards the Koopa suite. Throwing open the door, she found Princess Daisy talking to the Goomba, who had once been Toad the street musician. Aw, Toad. The Goomba was carrying a tray with a steak on it. Sorry, but I'm a vegetarian, Daisy was saying. I don't eat anything with a face. I hope you realize I'm being held against my will. It's a flagrant violation of my civil liberties. It's a very interesting way to talk to Mr. Goomba just trying to feed you. But get out, Lena shouted at the Goomba, who quickly left. Lena turned to face Daisy. In the corner, restrained by a chain, Yoshi glared at her. Hello, and goodbye, Daisy said, turning her back on Lena. Yoshi growled. Loyal to the royal family through and through, Lena muttered, pulling a long needle out of her dress and coming up behind Daisy. Fine, everyone should have a right to what's theirs, except when I want it instead. She's so dramatic. I love it. Lena lunged at Daisy with the needle, but Yoshi's long tongue went around her ankle and tripped her. The little dinosaur began dragging Lena towards him. Get off of me, Lena cried. Daisy hesitated for just a moment, but then saw an opportunity and dashed out towards the hallway. Unfortunately, several Goombas saw her and gave chase. Daisy began to run. She came around the corner and skidded to a halt. More Goombas were coming toward her, and they were carrying Spike and Icky. She was trapped. Trapped! You miserable lowlifes! She shouted at Koopa's former goons. You're right, Spike replied. We are miserable lowlifes. But don't all God's creatures find themselves in a similar lot? Icky argued. Huh? Daisy frowned. But the Goombas chasing her were closing in from behind. Suddenly, the Goomba who had been Toad stepped among them, carrying a large tray of vegetables. I love it. In the confusion, Daisy doubled back, ducking under the Goomba's outstretched arms. They tried to follow her, but Toad, the Goomba, blocked their path. Ha! Spike laughed. A Goomba with a sense of tradition. Extradition, Iggy shouted. Put us down, Curls. What's a churl? A churl? Churl? Iggy and Spike wriggled out of the Goomba's grasps and followed Daisy down the corridor. Princess Daisy, Iggy gasped. We are your loyal supporters. We've been on your father's side since his demise, Spike added, glancing at Iggy. Well, at least I have. The three of them ducked through a doorway and found themselves in the fungus room. Daisy stared uncomfortably at the yellow bulb of fungus perched above the throne. I realize the following may be something of a shock to you, Spike said. But, Princess Daisy, may I present your father? Shock. our patriarch, Iggy added. King Bowser. Daisy stared in disbelief. All around them, alarms were ringing and lights were flashing. Spike and Iggy glanced nervously at each other. Perhaps such a delicate moment. A retreat is in order, Spike suggested, backing nervously towards the door. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day, Iggy added. They dashed out the door. Daisy hardly noticed. She was fascinated by the fungus. It was moving, and it almost seemed to point at something. Daisy looked towards the door and saw Koopa's pet dinosaur. Yoshi! Daisy gasped. The little Tyrannosaurus Rex was beckoning her towards the console covered with buttons and security monitors. One of the monitors showed Luigi and Mario crawling through some sort of shaft. Daisy frantically pushed the buttons on the console. She was trying to call them. To escape the Goomba's elevator, Mario and Luigi had crawled out through the hatch in the roof and into the ventilation shaft. Interesting. You know, in the movie, they made them dance to elevator music. That is not in this book. Nay, nay. Suddenly, Daisy's voice echoed towards them. Luigi! Mario, can you hear me? It's her, Luigi cried. Yes, we can hear you. We're coming. Once again, Daisy's voice echoed through the shaft. I'm in the de-evolution chamber. Mario and Luigi followed her voice, but the ventilation shaft suddenly came to an end. Luigi crawled to the edge and looked down into an endless black chasm. Could you imagine? Ugh. Now what are we gonna do? Luigi thought for a moment. Jump to the other side? What other side? Mario said. I can make it, Luigi insisted. I got a good feeling. How do you know? Mario gasped as his brother crouched down at the edge of the shaft. Don't do it. You'll fall. Luigi, no. Luigi sprang across the dark chasm. Suddenly, he stopped in midair and he just hung there. Hey, look, Mario, Luigi shouted. I told you it would work. Come on, give it a shot. You just gotta have faith. As Mario crouched down to jump, though, Luigi felt something tugging at his collar of his overalls. Feeling it with his fingers, he realized he'd been caught on a hook. That was why he was hanging in midair. Not because you can fly, Luigi. You can't fly. I know dinosaurs are real now, but you can't fly. Wait, Mario! He yelled. It's not faith, it's just a hook. Too late. Mario leapt towards him. Their eyes met for a second. Then Mario plummeted down into the dark chasm. Ah! That's Mario. Mario screamed. Luigi cringed in horror. Suddenly he heard a loud spring. The next thing Luigi knew, Mario bounced back up in the air, swinging his fists wildly at him. There's a piece of fungus stretched, Mario started to say, then he disappeared again because that's how gravity works. Spring? He bounced back up again. Cross the duct, he continued. I'm alive, but... He disappeared again. Spring? He bounced up again. Ooh, how fun. But I'm gonna kill you, he shouted. He grabbed Luigi's outstretched hands and the two brothers hung over the dark chasm. You don't mean that, Luigi said. I do, Mario insisted. I'm telling you, if we die here, I'm gonna kill you so bad you're gonna wish you were dead. Now are you gonna save your loving brother or what? What does that mean, Mario? What does that mean? If you guys die there, you're gonna kill him? What does that mean? You can't die twice. I thought you were the smart one. As Luigi held on to his brother, a strange look appeared in his eyes. Hey, Mario? There's something I've been thinking about. And you want to tell me now? Mario yelled. Yeah, Luigi said. I thought you should know that I do have family pride. What? Remember back at our apartment before we went to the Bella Napoli for dinner? Luigi asked. You had said I had no pride in being a Mario? Well, I do. I'm real proud to be a Mario, and I'm real proud to be your brother. I'm touched, Mario replied. I'd hug you, but then you'd be an only child. No, seriously, Luigi insisted. I mean it. Suddenly, Daisy's voice echoed again into the shaft. Come on, Luigi. Right, Luigi shouted back. I'm coming. Was she listening the whole time? Was she? No, seriously, was she listening the whole time? That's so awkward. Luigi started to swing himself and Mario back and forth across the chasm. Suddenly, at the top of an upswing, the hook ripped out of Luigi's coveralls, and the brothers flew through the air and landed in a heap at the entrance of yet another shaft. Come on, Luigi shouted, scrambling to his feet. We've got a girl to save. Not too far away, Koopa was walking quickly through a hallway. Simon approached him. I forgot about Simon. Good news, sir, the police officer said. The troops are in place, ready to de-evolve the mammals. Koopa stopped and stared at him. In place? Ready to do what? Who ordered their deployment? You did, sir, Simon replied. Lena relayed your command. We carried it out immediately. Koopa's eyes narrowed in fury. So Lena had the meteorite piece and had decided to act on her own. Dot. Well, obviously because you shooed her away, she didn't mean anything, didn't have anything important to tell you, but whatever. It was your fault to begin with. That concludes chapter 11 of the Super Mario Brothers Junior novelization. So Daisy finally came back into the story, so that was swell. She kind of met her dad, which is also kind of swell, but she didn't really get to talk to him because he's a fungus. Lena was annoyed by her man Candy Koopa and decided to take matters into her own hands. You go, girl. And Koopa was big dumb. Oh, and Luigi is proud to be a Mario. I feel like a lot happened in this chapter, but also not a lot happened at all. What's gonna happen next? Will Mario and Luigi finally get to wherever the heck Daisy is? Let's hope so. Seems to be the whole goal. Until next time, I've been Miss Jenny, and thank you for coming on this journey with me. I'll see you guys next time when we will read chapter 12. Bye!